What I am saying is, these people didn't care nothing about my life. They were building their happiness upon the pain and suffering of the innocent because they kept on imposing their will upon me, and I became injured. This is what was happening. They'd rather see me dead. With the foolish mind of my wife didn't consider the crushed light bulb. The system of crushed light bulb wouldn't melt. She took that chance that it would. It showed you the mindset of my wife. It showed you the mindset of the person I had selected, trying to elevate her among the people that fit in her category. She didn't give a darn about that. She didn't think with wisdom. She thought with the mindset of kindergarten. And listened at the people. And they crushed the glass and gave it to her. And she used it to try to take my life for the substance of mine. I have to say these things because you got to understand where the United States is going and headed because of race. You got to understand where Cain slew his brother Abel because the mindset of race. Even as Cain entered the garden with Abel. Apparently, Abel never knew what he did because he never thought that the mindset of his brother was stooped so low until he would take his own life. Abel was a just man. He didn't know the value of the substance he had would cause his brother to impose an injustice on him, and somewhat that he would try to erase this man's generation out of the planet Earth. We don't know these things. We can't comprehend these things if we are a just man because they can't give us nothing on the planet to make us value it above our brother's life. When you take a female in marriage as a wife and you love her from that foundation point, we treat her as if she is the best thing that God could place upon you. But we never know the enemy upon which we speak with. Go back and look at Adam. Look at that. If we consider him as the dog, his wife as the tail of the dog, an attachment on Adam, when he allowed her to become the head and he became the tail never considered the fact of the head. He started slinging the head against posts until he became delusionary, not knowing right from wrong. my situation. When God told me to write, I wanted to withdraw, not write what He said, but I had to write it in the book anyway. My wife listening to all these men, and that man would never have gave her second thought before his wife, because his wife is more professional than my wife, or to him than my wife was to me. So how can she sit and say that she loved what this man do to her and that man do to her, or say to her above what I say? The same thing that's happening to Iraq, Afghanistan, and all the nations of the world. They don't consider the God who placed him above everything and made them go a gold substance in earth. But yet, they take the democratized law, the democratized system, put in place them by their worst end, and they slang the law of democracy. The law is Lord. They slang the law of Moses up against every unclean and filthy post that is into the earth. God health became tired because of the way his peoples have done him. He chose them into the earth above every man, every nation, and every god they serve. But yet they treat him as a vessel of worthlessness, as my wife gave me a crushed glass as a substance to kill me. She tell me what she have found all around to my house now. She use a book, pretending we was both for God. And she take and try to use that to say, well, I found this here in this page called History Channel. I'm not gonna let you slang God law against every unfilthy pope. Done what the History Channel said. I done told you what the History Channel said. I know what it's all about. I don't want to listen to it because God have gave me every day pass by and I don't listen. I do things according to the way you want me to do. I'm wasting time. Well, the same God which he used as a vessel to destroy me, he is the same God that upholds me. I will not fail him because I want to keep on asking him for strength and guidance. In other words, these are delusionary measures that she is taking, pretending she's on my side, and she's not. Telling me what History Channel, I don't care what History Channel said. Telling me what this man said. Every man that she sit up there and talk about is peoples of God. These people have never been in the military. I know how the infrastructure of the military works. I know what they've done. They lie here and lie there. It was taught to me by military people, personnel. Told me what, and other soldiers, what the United States was trying to do. They're more sacred than these ministers. Besides, they was teaching us as we were them, as if they was our mother and father. They took a liking in us. How them people strapped in the military? Because they had no other place to go. Racism was plaguing the earth. So they taught us the truth. I don't want to hear nothing about no History Channel. So they go along. I want to stop